Hello, Chef.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So you've been now at Blowing Rock for a year and a half, 2 years? 3 years?
1 year.
No, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
February, I got hired in and then did my first event.
Oh yeah,
shortly
because
after that.
last year was like a quick turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was very fast.
Yeah. So this is a year in as
Yep.
executive chef. How's it going?
It was great. I learned a lot, and I think that first year, that's exactly what we needed to do. Is just kind of establish ourselves, find a foundation, figure out what the membership wanted, what they liked, develop that trust, show face, really kind of get to know the membership. And I can't go in day one and start changing things up, and so I wanted to kind of get a baseline of how the club operates, the culture, and kind of develop and set our own expectations and how to deliver on those things. But it was a lot of learning as you go. It all happened so fast. It felt like, but I'm really proud of where we ended and the team and again, that baseline. If this is where we were last year, I think that it's very easily achievable to raise that bar for next year and 2 years to come.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're 1 year in.
Yes.
You can make some changes. You've earned the trust of your team. You've earned the trust of your members.
Yes.
You've settled in to this role. What's next?
So I think, we try to build on those things that, we kind of have an idea of what the membership is looking for. And,
Which is what?
Well, I think they have tradition, just like any other club. And, trying to develop, I think the membership is looking for experiences just like anywhere else. They want to have exciting and memorable events, themed events, wine dinners, and, the big events, even like 4th of July is our biggest event of the year. And we did, I want to say about 1,400 people. And it was the biggest event I've ever done. And so developing that kind of baseline and then adjusting what worked, what didn't, how the membership eats and the likes and the dislikes. And so I think the biggest opportunity is to just elevate, and try to build on those traditions, what they like. And it's a mix because there's a lot of people that are from different parts of the Southeast and, even fried chicken, trying to develop the fried chicken recipe that fits one member here in Georgia or, another one in Florida or North Carolina or Virginia. And so, I think it's still kind of working out some of those pieces, but, trying to deliver and create those memorable experiences while simultaneously.
Yeah, well, that's good. There's more to do. What's the answer to the fried chicken question? Do you have it yet?
We're still working on it. And I think that's the hardest thing is because you're working against, grandmother's tradition.
Correct.
Like my grandmother did it this way and this person's grandmother did it this way.
Right.
They used to pluck the chickens and do the whole thing. And I'm not doing that, but.
Why not?
Well, I suppose we could. We could fit it in.
We could figure it out.
But, and I think we just kind of have to dial in we're still doing all the proper techniques and procedures and, step by step. And so I think really what it is just trying to educate, trying to get in front of members and trying to, explain our process. And now that I feel like we are that year in, we can kind of establish those things. We can establish how we do it. And this is our part of our identity at Blowing Rock Country Club. And so, I think we're on our way to do those things.
You've come to Chef for a number of years. You've helped us as an apprentice. You have been in those competition kitchens, running things around. You were locked in a dish pit one year. We appreciate you so much. Now you're back as an attendee and there's tremendous value, but from your perspective, how has it changed and why keep coming back?
I think, coming back and being at Chef to Chef year over year and get to see different facets behind the scenes and the apprentice levels. And I think now as an attendee, I get to really, kind of capture part of the networking piece and that culture of, this network of wonderful human beings and and developing really relationships, and seeing it grow over the years, especially from, when I first started. I think my first show was in Nashville, and now, I get to see people that, this is the opportunity that I get to see them year over year, and catch up and build and grow relationships, and I think that's the most rewarding piece is being a part of this culture, part of this. Because it's truly magnificent. It's magical, and to be here, it's very exciting, and you're counting down the days until you can be back at Chef to Chef. And so I'm very fortunate to be a part of it, and I'm very excited to see the new presentations and the demos and the competition. And I think it's such a wonderful event to be a part of. So and the sponsorship, working and seeing familiar faces, whether it's Chris Stavely or DZA. Chef Jason, and making those connections and seeing some of these individuals that, you've kept up with over the years, and, people that you can lean on, people that you can call on. They're more than just sponsors. They're people that are here to grow the industry, to be a part of that culture, to move forward. And it's all progress, whether it's the networking, the presentations, or the sponsorships, it's all forward.
You come from incredible pedigree. You have cooked with master chefs. You have cooked in incredible clubs.
I've been very lucky.
You've worked really hard for it. Your most recent, prior to this post, was with Scott Craig over at Coolest Asia.
I spent a lot of time with him.
And you spent a lot of time with Chef Craig. He claims you as his mentee, someone he's most proud of. That relationship has been really special for both of you. Can you talk a little bit about how now, a year after leaving as sous chef, moving up, spreading your wings, what is it like to look back at that and what you learned and that relationship, and how has that helped you in your first year as an executive chef?
The relationship with Chef Scott has been so incredibly valuable, and I hold it truly very, very dear to my heart. I've learned so much from him on a personal level and a professional level and management and leadership, and it's something that's never going to go away. At this point. And I've been able to gain perspective of the dynamics between my role with him and now my new role, and how it's shifted, and being, shoes on the other foot now. And so I feel like I'm very, very fortunate, not only because I can see that perspective, but I have him to still reach out to and to talk things through with, because I think the worst thing possible is to be alone when you're kind of going through something hard, and it's not just in culinary or anything like that, but having people that you can lean on and that you truly admire professionally and personally, and and I love this individual, and it's somebody that I can feel comfortable talking with at any point. And it's, Chef Scott is definitely somebody that I heavily lean on, but. Because
you have Sean Loving.
I have plenty of people that I call on and that I reach out to, and there's a lot of times where it felt like it was the most challenging thing I've ever done, but fortunately I've had people that I can speak to about it and help me and guide me and and work through things with, and it's even if it's just a brief phone call or a text or something like that. And at 4th of July, it's our busiest week of the year, and Chef would send me text messages on the morning of, and, get after it, go get it, and let it rip, and those kinds of things, and just little brief motivations. And so, I feel like it's still, in a lot of ways, he's still like right here telling me, things. And same thing with Chef Sean and even like Daniel.
Yes.
And like I'm very, very blessed and fortunate to have those relationships and people that I can talk to about staffing or, problems with this or that. And I couldn't, I can't even begin to describe how valuable it is to have those connections and relationships, and then build on those things here, and making those new relationships, and finding people that are just down the road from me in North Carolina now, and being able to, we have a very similar membership, whether it's Grandfather or Hound Ears and some of these other clubs, and being able to make those connections and some of the things that they're going through with their clubs, and so I think that the relationship with Chef Scott is, I hold it very dear, but it's an evolution just like anything else. I'm so tremendously grateful for those. And
how does it then, going from the mentee to the mentor, as you build your team, as you look at your sous chefs?
Yeah, I mean, I think this year was challenging because a lot of it was just survival almost, and just trying to get through and learning along the way. But, I want to expose my sous chefs as much as I can. I want to get them involved. I want them to have ownership and have not necessarily accountability, but they want to take pride in what they're doing and teach them. And I think one of the things that I learned when I was young, first starting out in the industry, was the importance of fundamentals and learning reasons why. And, and I think that we have a responsibility as chefs to put that time in. And, I think the people come first, the people that I'm surrounding myself with, and, obviously the membership and things but the team as a whole, trying to teach them and show them and guide them, and being the leader. I don't remember who mentioned it to me. It might have been Daniel, but trying to be that leader that you needed when you were young, and trying to kind of pass that along, and for the good or the bad, try to be that individual. And so, I mean, I hold it to the highest importance.